How were watersheds mapped before GIS technology? Imagine trying to understand the flow of water across a vast landscape without the help of computers or digital maps. Before geographic information systems, mapping watersheds was a hands-on, detailed process. It all started with topographic maps, which are detailed drawings showing elevation through contour lines. These lines connect points of equal height and help reveal the shape of the land. Hydrologists and mapmakers would study these maps closely, tracing ridges and valleys to figure out where water would naturally flow. The highest ridges often mark the boundaries of watersheds, so following these ridges helped define the drainage areas. People would then draw the watershed boundaries directly onto paper maps or transparent overlays. This manual drawing took skill because you had to read the terrain carefully and understand how water moved across the landscape. To estimate the size of the watershed, they used tools like a planimeter, which measures the area on a map by tracing around the boundary. Sometimes, they would overlay graph paper on the maps and count the grid squares to get an approximate area. These boundaries could later be scanned or digitized into early computer systems, but initially, it was all done by hand. Starting in the early 1900s, aerial photography became a game-changer. Photogrammetry, which uses overlapping photographs taken from airplanes, allowed for creating three-dimensional models of the terrain. This technique made it easier to see the land's shape and elevation changes more clearly, improving the accuracy of watershed maps. Engineers and scientists used these models to better understand how water moved through different parts of the landscape. Contour maps, which show elevation changes with lines, were also vital. These maps helped visualize the terrain and identify the divides that separate one drainage basin from another. Field surveys added more detail, with experts walking the land to verify boundaries and flow directions, especially in complex or poorly mapped areas. All these methods combined, manual drawing, aerial photos, photogrammetry, and on-the-ground surveys, created the watershed maps used for water management, flood control, and environmental planning. While these traditional techniques took a lot of time and effort, they laid the foundation for modern digital mapping. Today's tools, like digital elevation models and geographic information systems, make watershed delineation faster and more precise. But understanding how it was done before helps us appreciate the skill and dedication of early water scientists. These methods were essential for managing water resources, predicting floods, and protecting ecosystems long before computers became part of the process.